afternoon, homeschooling parents. This is Sandy Cook with Learning Able Kids, coming to you again today about bratty attitudes. And people really liked the video yesterday, so I'm hoping you'll like this today. It's a little bit of a continuation on dealing with bratty attitudes, only today we're going to talk about bratty attitudes around a different subject. Yesterday we talked about kids, having issues with their schoolwork and not wanting to do it and thinking it's dumb and that sort of stuff. Today, I'm going to talk to you about opportunities you have before you when your child is pestering or bugging to do something that you've told them no already, or maybe they tell you, but so-and-so's mom lets them do it, and they have 1,000,001 reasons why they want to do it. They don't accept your no for an answer. So one of the opportunities you have before you here is to teach your child some research skills by asking them. You can teach them research skills, and you can teach them debate skills. You can teach them logic and reasoning skills, thinking for themselves, by telling them that, okay, you will think about their request, but they have to give you a presentation for the top 5 reasons why this is a good idea. Or in the case, like one of the things that we ran into was when my son begged and begged and begged and begged and begged to do mature video games because, he was 10. And so what you can do is you can put before them a research project. So for example, okay, you really want to do mature video games because you're 10 now. Why don't you do some research on what the experts say about video games, and mature video games in particular, what the experts say about the appropriateness of kids doing that. What age is appropriate, when is it appropriate, when is it not appropriate, and that sort of thing. And so then if he goes off to research why there is an M rating, because that was part of it. Why is there an M rating? And what does it mean? And what do the experts say? And so if he goes off and he does that research, he didn't really come back begging anymore, because he knew the no was a no, and his research could not support his own interest in doing something that wasn't good for him. And so, you have an opportunity before yourself at any time that your child has an attitude or issues about not taking no for an answer. And so, like one of the things that we did otherwise, when there are things that we didn't necessarily want our son to do, but we would ask him then to research and give us a presentation. And he got really good at coming up with effective reasons for why he should be allowed to, for example, do airsoft shooting, and talking about skills and interests and, socialization with other kids who are doing it and things like that. My husband and I, neither one at the time were interested in guns or shooting and didn't really care for that idea, but my son was very interested in it, so he did a sales job, and he did a really good one. And so we did end up letting him join an airsoft team and get an airsoft gun and, run around shooting other kids with an airsoft gun. So hopefully, as you encounter these issues and problems with your child, try to look for the opportunity within it as to things that you can do with your child over their issues and objections that will help them frame it in understanding why parents say no and why parents might say yes, and helping have a conversation around the topic where you can engage with each other and really understand each other. And so, like on the example of the video games, when my son was young, he was not happy with us as parents because of that, but he did the research and it became a non-issue. He didn't beg and plead anymore. And now that he's in his 20s, he did actually come to us one day and say, I understand now why you wouldn't let us play mature video games when we were really young. And he actually found it somewhat concerning that some of the young kids that he knew, kids of his friends or relatives, that were playing those kind of games, and he was concerned about their psychological well-being because of what he had researched and knew about it. So it can come around full circle over the longer term, but the key is to be present with your child, engaged, and looking for opportunities to help teach them and help them learn and grow into good thinking, reasoning, research-oriented, reasonable adults. So that's my tip for you today, and I hope it helps, and I hope that you all are having a blessed week, that everybody in your house is still well, and I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye.